Check. What's going on, everybody? You're going to have to deal with the wobbling for just a second. Yikes. What the fuck did I do? Oh, there it is. All right. There she go. All right. We are ready. And now I'm hearing myself. There it is. Okay. All right. We are live. Welcome to at Infighting FX on every single platform. I am your host, Mario Munguia, Infighting Exchange, Infighting FX, the premier wrestling writer for FightsATW.com. That's right. My back is fucked up right now. It hurts very, very badly. I pulled it working out this past week. And inflamed the sciatica. But just moments ago, I tried, or I didn't even try. I was just pushing a, like one of those Yeti coolers. It didn't have anything in it, but it had stuff on top of it. And I was literally just pushing it, and my back just fucking. Have you ever hurt that part of your sciatica? It's like if your tendon gets pulled really, really hard, to the point that it's like it's constantly in use. That's what it feels like. It feels like so tight. Like right now, just arching my core forward. So you got to do that, and then it's like it stretches it and it feels better. But what is going on, everybody? I am here. We are here. We're gonna watch SmackDown live tonight. We're going to be on for the next 3 hours talking everything. We have some topics to discuss, like AI and the WWE using AI, as well as the reports that WWE is using AI to also write articles, to write storylines. Now, we've known this for quite some time, that they've been utilizing the knee on the leg feels good, and then you bend it down like this. So you push this knee down, and then you stabilize the ankle. It stretches that joint hip. Let me show y'all right quick, just if y'all ever have any issues. Look, probably most of y'all are younger than me, so I'm just trying to give y'all like good advice, right? Because you could go watch like I Show Speed making millions and millions of dollars in Africa or Indonesia or wherever they are right now. Or you could watch like Sneeko or like morons and learn nothing. Or you could watch me and really learn nothing still, but maybe one thing every once in a while. And this is it right here. Fuck. Ankle on the knee, push down, stabilize. And you're going to get right here on this ball of your hip is a joint that connects to a tendon. Whew. If you've ever had a tight back and then all of a sudden your feet hurt, or like if somebody's working your lower back with the sciatica and your toes go numb, or like your like calves down, like you can feel like tingly, that's a sciatica issue. Oh, all right. Shout out to 702 in the building. Said, what's good? What's good to you, champ? We right here. So listen, we're going to be live right now watching SmackDown. Thank you so much, my love. Oh, you're the best. Oh, what is this? Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. My wife is the best. If you didn't know, my wife is the best. It's not opioids. Calm down. They're a trusted source. I got him from this rapper Kodak Black. He lives in Houston. Have you ever heard of him? I can trust it. I'm sure he doesn't take any crazy drugs. Anyway. Liberty, bibberty, bibberty. So what I was going to say is we're going to be live right now, clearly. And then after we finish up here with the show and the topics and watching SmackDown, talking about Nakatani and Inoue and Benavidez fight, and basically all the cool stuff that's going on right now in the background. A lot of MMA stuff too. A lot of people talking shit. Oh, we're going to talk about Sean Strickland and how he is I'm not going to say he's a giant piece of shit. I don't know that to be fully true. But I will say that I can't understand what it is about the UFC and Dana White that allow this man to continue to fight. Like, it's one thing to have your opinions, right? And that's fair and that's fine. The likelihood that, you know anything about Muslims or, religion that doesn't belong to you is probably bullshit. Also, as a Christian, as a person who literally went to Catholic school and went through all their sacraments as an adult, meaning that I went to the what is it called? Not CDC. That was not for that. What was it called? It was like the adult church learning classes or whatever. Like, I did that when I was like 24. You know what I'm saying? Like, like the rest of y'all were like fucking 5 years old, they were making y'all go to baptism classes or whatever the fuck else. I, on the other hand, lived that shit. And I was an adult. So like, I got a much more like nuanced, mature version of the good word. And the good word, as I understand it through Jesus, is being accepting of everyone and anyone. And Sean Strickland is a douche, I guess, is probably the most like accurate vernacular. But again, you can take all the douche stuff away. There's no law against being a douche, right? And by the way, playing the bad guy in combat sports is usually the fastest route to the biggest bag. That said, when you say things like, I'm going to have a gun on me and shoot you, that's it. You're done. You're done. MMA is not some fucking barbaric piece of shit sport. And people like Sean Strickland, who are fucking retards, they were retarded back in the 90s and 2000s when we MMA fans like me, hardcores, were defending MMA from people that called it barefoot human cockfighting. For people who said that MMA people were nothing but white trash dudes with long hair and tats. That shit was so hard to get over with our sport. And I say our sport because I was in that bitch. UFC won, motherfucker. Before the fajitas, before the fajitas and Dana White. All right. I was there. I know what McCain was saying on the Senate floor, on the House floor, in committee. I know. I was there. And they said we were savages for liking it. They said we were animals for liking it. They said that this was not a sport, that this was inhumane, that if we were around, this is what we would be doing to the slaves in Roman times, or in the Gaza Strip during. Actually, I don't know the history enough to know when that was, but when the Jews were slaves, when everybody was slave. This is like the fucking format for this shit. It's the blueprint, and we had to work all of our fucking time to get to a point where it's accepted. And it's on cable, right? It was on Fox, and we were like, oh my God, MMA's on Fox. See, I was there. Okay, so I know how much of this shit is a big deal. I know where they looked at us when we were liking MMA. I know what they were thinking of MMA fighters. I know what they thought about the UFC, about Pride. I fucking know. And I'm telling you that fucking take a gun out and shoot type shit is fucking moronic. It don't do nothing for your brand except for make you a fat pussy who wants to run his fucking mouth and then be a pussy whenever somebody tries to check you on it. Fuck that. You're a professional fighter, bro. What if Mike Trout were to be like, hey, bro, I'm going to tell you, I don't like Garrett Cole, bro. He throws too close to the inside. I don't like that. I'm going to bring a fucking gun, and if he throw inside, he's getting popped one. Or if Garrett Cole said, I don't like that fucking Mike Trout guy, or Aaron Judge, or they're playing on the same team. Let's see. fucking Luis Castillo says, I don't like that Aaron Judge guy. I'm going to fucking throw at him. And if he comes at me with some other friends, I'm going to make sure I have a gun with me and I'm going to shoot them. Fuck you for saying that. Fuck you for trying to fuck up our sport. Bullshit, bro. That's bullshit. That's why they said all that shit about MMA. That's why they would fucking go crazy on us and talk shit. Bro, I was on the Boxing Boys for a decade, bro. You know what that was like, having to hear people come out to me for MMA, having to hear Ness, the host of that shit, talking about, oh yeah, you like watching other dude kiss each other's feet. Like, that's some weirdo shit. What MMA are you watching, Ness? I mean, obviously it's like a joke, but I'm just saying, like, we went through a lot, bro. We went through a lot to get to where we are. And where we are today is a fight on the White House lawn. Something that I don't think is a great idea, but at the very least, it shows how far we've come. Comments like Sean Strickland's and people like Sean Strickland, who are morons, take us so much further back than anything else. You want to build up a fight? That's fine. If you ask me, this fight was well built already, to the point where I don't even know if it's going to happen, right? I don't even know what's going to happen now. The UFC has a choice to make. They can either have all these press conferences live and risk the fight being ruined, or they could go remote for all this shit and hope that that's enough to satisfy the thirst for the promotional side and having people buy the fight. But I'll tell you what, they better have some fucking Derek Chisora type shit out there. You know what I'm saying? They better have some fucking, what was his name? The toe guy. They better have some shit out there for him, some fucking dividers or something. You know what I mean? It's COVID season, bro. You better put that shit back in the fucking thing. You know what I mean? Because if they do not have dividers, there is a good chance this thing doesn't make it to the weigh-ins. And if by some fucking remarkable luck, this thing actually makes it to the weigh-ins, you got to lock these guys down for 24 hours. I'm sorry. This thing has gotten so toxic, so beyond what this sport and what fighting is supposed to be, right? This has gotten personal to a level that you don't really come back from, right? I would say, honestly, this is worse than where we were with McGregor Khabib. Honestly, I feel that way. Hey, shout out to Alex in the chat. He said, good to see you alive, bud. David Benavidez doesn't seem like the Mexican monster to me. When Jai is mentioned, equals different energy. We're going to talk about that, Alex, because I think you are right. I think that you are very right. Matt said it last week, and then he said it again this past week early on. Shout out to Machine Gun Matt. He said that this promotion doesn't feel big. It doesn't feel like a Cinco de Mayo type of pay-per-view promotion or event. And I agree with that very much so. And we're going to look at some of the reasons why that might be, why Benavidez might not be the star that they try to perceive him as at PBC, and that his fans desperately want him to be. Right? Because if he's not that guy, then there really was no reason to say Canelo ducked him. That, again, I'm not making that point. I'm just saying that is the narrative. Alex said, Khamzat said the same thing to Strickland yesterday. They're not villains. They're MMA's anti-heroes of opposite ends, flawed characters that have genuine compassion for the people they care about. No, that's bullshit, Alex. That's bullshit. First of all, I didn't see Khamzat say anything about a gun. He said something about bringing a gun. If he did, then we both know, Alex, that that's in response to what Sean already said. I love an anti-hero. An anti-hero is perfect. John Jones, Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, these people thrive. But what Sean Strickland is doing is not anti-hero. It's anti-brain cells. You're talking about trying to build up a fight in a way that nobody will cover it. Because have you seen very many people outside of the MMA world covering this fight? Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. Not even ESPN. Because it is a shit show to have to bring up Sean Strickland's name. And again, like, this isn't about me disagreeing with his beliefs or how he feels about a specific people. Nothing at all like that. That has absolutely zero. Like, I contend with nothing he said. Not because I agree or don't agree, but because that's the side point, right? Like, my feelings aren't hurt. I'm not like, oh, you can't, right? Not at all. What I'm saying is that this rhetoric is the kind of rhetoric that painted MMA as a non-sport for people. I believe it very much as a sport. I also believe golf is a sport. I also believe pickleball is a sport. At the end of the day, I know what the word sport means. I know what the word game means. And so these are nuanced things. MMA and boxing are not about trying to kill anyone. There never have been. And that's why Wilder was a moron when he said what he said about his trainer, who may have saved his life that night that he threw in the towel, but instead he just fucking shit all over his trainer, right? Why? Because of some fucking stupid ass fucking idea that, oh, I'm going to be a man. I'm going to die in the ring. Okay, you stupid fuck. Well, you're also saying I never want to see my daughter again. You're also saying I don't give a fuck about the biggest chapters in her life. I don't care if I walk her down the aisle or see her graduate. Those are the things you're saying indirectly. So I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to sit here because I actually use my brain. No. I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to get mad at that. I'm not going to get mad at that. I don't care. He could be stupid about stuff. It doesn't affect my day-to-day life. But from an MMA standpoint, that dude is probably one of the worst looks this sport could have. Easily, I think. Easily. To me, Khamzat is as sick, if not much more sadistic than Strickland. Look, I'm not going to paint Khamzat as the victim here. That's not what I'm trying to do. And I very much agree with you that Khamzat has said things that, let me see. I want to pull up one of them. And it's not what y'all are thinking it is. Look, Chimaev is one of those guys who, from the beginning, he's been a hate him or love him type of person, right? But the value that he represents to not just MMA, but the UFC, it pales in comparison to what Sean Strickland represents. MMA, even though it's not a traditionally American sport, right? It was invented in several different places that weren't America. America is now like the home of MMA, right? We have the biggest league, or the biggest promotion or whatever. And so when you talk about an American whose words can be understood in every medium that journalism is published today, right? YouTube videos, articles on websites, newspapers, magazines, whatever, right? The fact that Sean Strickland's words or the opinion, I should say, that Sean Strickland's words carry far more authority than anybody really is true. It's just the truth. You can't really understand a lot of what these guys say in these streams, but Sean Strickland's the only one that's going live every week. And it's not even a problem that he's problematic in that sense. The fact is when you show up to a press event, you represent the sport because you're representing the UFC. And I'm sorry, I expect more from an American fighter who, by the way, isn't super great. He should be like much more respectful of the sport in that kind of sense. And I get it. Again, build your fight, build it up, do whatever you want. It's free. America, you're free to say what you want to say, but I'm sorry. It holds so much more weight for him to have an American quote that is able to be plastered everywhere. And by the way, that's exactly what happened. Go and search Sean Strickland. And what you're going to find, you're going to have to put the 72-hour thing on, but what you're going to find are article after article with the headline, Sean Strickland to use a gun on opponent. Sean Strickland threatens gun use. That's not the look, bro. It's not the look. To me, oh, my bad. I already read that one. Why is Cody starting at him like a proud mom? Hilarious. Oh, fuck. I am already behind, guys. What did y'all do? All right, we're going to get back to that stuff. We're going to talk about it all. By the way, we're going to be live on Twitch right after this. I want some help if y'all could. Tell me, what should I run? We got WWE 2K25. I don't have 26 yet. I was supposed to get it, and then I found out that the sale that they were doing was only for like 3 days. So I ended up missing the good price that I wanted to get on it. So I don't know. By Monday we'll be playing it. But I have Undisputed, 2K25, Spider-Man Miles Morales, which I haven't played at all yet. So that would be fun. But yeah, give me some ideas. What do y'all want to see? What do y'all want to stream? We're gonna be live on Twitch. So here's the thing. All right, guys. I am thinking of staying live for the rest of the night. Up until 8 in the morning for the Inoue-Nakatani fight on Twitch live. And then once the fight starts or the card starts, jumping off of live Twitch and then going on all platforms, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, all that. That would be 12 hours, just under 12 hours. I don't know. I got it in me, but I don't know. How many of y'all are going to rock out all night until that shit starts? Probably not a lot of you, right? I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not hating. It's. I mean, I would love for y'all to kick it and stuff, but I'm not gonna like. I'm still gonna stream no matter what, right? All right, my bad, guys. I was behind. Holy shit, he got cleared for action? That's crazy, bro. Burn it down! What's next for Cody Rhodes? Hey, are there any This is how hard I've been working. Y'all want to see how hard I've been working on my computer? Writing? Fucking crazy dirt on this shit. Crazy. Oh my God, that was whack. Friday Night Saints? Friday Night Saints. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, let's see. Shout out to Hap in the chat. Shout out to I'll be watching UFC at 4 a.m. It's in Australia. Hell yeah, champ. We'll be up together. We'll be watching both of us. How about that? You tap in with me. Out of left field, who was or is your anime girl crush? Wait, are you talking about from the show Girl Crush? Or are you talking about just like any anime? Um, I'll be honest. High school DX, what was it? What was her name? Koroka? She kind of looks like a sad Japanese version of Rhea Ripley with bunny ears. Also, Nami is somebody I always liked from One Piece. Always liked her, but that's like old. Dude, you're like 7 minutes behind. I know. I was fucking talking this whole time. I'll fast forward though to catch up. This is whack. They should be teaming up together. This should be a faction. Okay. Man, I don't love this because it's like, what are we doing here? We know that they're friends. We know that they're from this spot. It's like you're going to have a match to debut Ricky Saints so that he faces Cody, has the segment, and then literally everything he does for the next 3 months will fly in the face of exactly this when he's beefing with fucking, I don't know, Johnny Wrestling. Dude, I'm sorry. Ricky Saints is At what age did you realize you were a racist, Mario? What the hell? I'm not racist. What was that? What was that in reference to? What joke? What what joke are you making of what joke I made? I guess is what I'm trying to ask. Damn, that guy don't got no neck, but he got a fire ass fucking shirt. Yo, I can't wait for He-Man. Beck said we are steamrolling towards pre-pandemic WWE. It's getting pretty bad rapidly. It very much is, champ. Very much is. Everybody loves Nami. What did you think of the report TKO erasing any dark characters except Danhausen? So I actually heard that that wasn't true, or that the context of the what he said was taken out of line. Who was it? Nick Khan, right? That said that, or who was it that said that? I've heard the report. Nobody said it. I guess they're saying that it's attributed to somebody. I can't remember who now, but I don't think that it's a thing that they're like, oh, we don't want any dark characters, like for like reasons that it mostly is legitimized by. Like, okay, so for example, whenever Disney Plus was starting the first TV series for Marvel, if you remember, let me pause this real quick. So everybody wanted Mephisto to come out on that show to be the new big bad, right? And it felt like it was pointing that way. And a lot of people thought it was going to be Mephisto. It didn't end up being Mephisto, and a lot of people were pissed off. The thing is that it always makes sense that it wasn't going to be Mephisto because the Japanese and China specifically market, China, is very like anti like devil and Satan stuff, right? Like they're kind of like marks for their religion. So it's like, oh my God, we can't even pretend to have a devil or else the real devil's going to show up, which is retarded. But at the end of the day, Marvel will skew what they're going to do from that standpoint when it comes to spooky and ghost to cater to the Chinese markets, right? Because they won't let them put the show, they won't even have the movies out or the shows out in China if they have that kind of stuff. I don't think that's what this is. That's not what this is right now with the spooky character thing. The truth is spooky characters are actually shit most of the time. There are runs with The Undertaker. It was always cyclical, right? Like he wasn't over for fucking 30 years of his life, right? It were ups and downs, peaks and valleys. And spooky is not done very well. So I don't think it's a situation where they're like, oh, we don't want spooky because we're too PG now. I think it's a situation where we don't want spooky because the show fucking sucks enough already. We don't need to bring in stuff that sucks even more. Like the Danhausen stuff was terrible last week, but I don't know if you saw this stuff this past week. A lot of kids liked it. Stealing Mrs. daughter's bike, bro. A lot of kids were into that shit. A lot of kids. I mean, okay, wait. First of all, I don't know a lot of kids. My niece was telling me that a lot of her friends liked it. I don't know. It just sounded weird. He's like, man, I talk to like every 13-year-old in the world. And it's like, wait, what? It's my recurring theme to call you a racist on air. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Danhausen is a dark character. I mean, I think like spooky-esque, right? Like it's spooky. It's a mystical character, right? Because nobody has the power to do curses and have things explode, right? He's in a casket. It's a comedy act, but it's a dark character. The theme of the characters. I just spit really. I don't know. Did y'all catch that? I spit so far. Why is she dressed like Seth Rollins when Seth Rollins was trying to dress like Liberace? Dude, where Alex, where did you what did you say about the Samoan werewolves phone call? That didn't happen. Where did that happen? Or are you just making that up? Or not making it up, but were you just booking that? These jokes write themselves. I'm clipping half this shit, just post out of context clips. Hey Max, don't do that, all right, champ. You already missed the last 2 weeks where I said some fucking crazy shit. And you weren't around to clip them, so guess what? It's too late. You can't force it. Y'all remember last week when I did what I used the word Nazi? So I said I called it the N-word instead. That was fucking crazy. What, for real? What did it say? Nah, you're tripping. The WWE X account posted, we're not doing any more spooky. There's no way. Show it to me, please. I knew you were a spitter. Ah. Oh, yeah, I was actually. When I pitched, dude, my saliva like dries really fast for whatever reason. So I would literally just lick the shit out of my fingers, moisten up the ball, and then I would lick them again right before I got on the mount, right? Because it's a balk if you do it while you're on the mount. And then I would pitch, and I would get so much torque on my curve. I would get so much torque on my slider, and my two-seamer would just fall off. It would just drop right off the table. I mean, literally, it looked like it was rolling off the table. But it wasn't until my senior year, my high school girlfriend came to one of my games, And she said, you know, every time you lick the ball with spit or you put spit on the ball with your fingers, you know, you're going back and licking your fingers. Like you're basically sucking on every finger that has touched that ball on both teams. And that probably ruined pitching for me. I remember I didn't really pitch a lot after that. Not until softball, like 10 years later, five to 10 years later. Yeah, it started making my stomach hurt just thinking about it. I don't know why I never thought about it before though. Playing baseball is like really dirty. It's like probably no, football is the grossest sport for sure. But like everything about baseball is gross, you know, like the two worst snacks that you could have on the sidelines or in a dugout or on the bench are gum and sunflower seeds. And literally those are the two most popular baseball snacks in the history of baseball. Am I right? Am I right? Man, my boy Alex just coming through, man. You know, he just come through like a champ. Appreciate you, champ. Let's see what this shit. Let's see what you talking about. You know what? Let's also share the screen. Bow down, bow down, bow 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 down, bow down, bow 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 down, bow bow. Oh, is this? Oh shit! Never mind. What the? There we go. Oh, it was before. Wait, why does he look all beat up? Did I miss something? Was this after last week? No. When was this? It says before SmackDown, but I keep tapping in. I just keep tapping in. The fuck? Shout out to my boy Alex, because without him, we would have been asked out on our recap, champ. All right, we would have been asked out on our recap. Now we're not dropping the ball because of my man Alex. That's why he's wrenched up. You know what I mean? That's why he's wrenched up. Appreciate you, champ. Appreciate you. Did it? Nobody else saw that, did they? Fuck. Let me do that again. My bad, guys.
I know. I think. I know. Yeah. It's different. It's different now. Okay. I love you guys. Okay. I keep tapping in. I just keep tapping in.
I just read Mex's comment.
More right. He was right. And then once I'm not ready to know.
Jason Jane's good, but I don't like her faction, though. It's not that I don't like them. I just don't think they're really helping.
There ain't no more no's.
You say there are no more no's? Who's he talking to?
It's not even backlash, Roman. I'll see you this Monday.
I am so confused. Was that from last Monday? I am so confused. Remove. What the fuck? Yeah. Look, Meg said, I've never heard anyone talk about pitching a baseball make me so uncomfortable. That was hilarious. I think you just ruined pitching for me. Yeah, champ. Well, guess what? Your fucking curveball must have sucked. if it didn't have no fucking saliva on it, that's what dries out the mechanisms of the whatever pleather leather that it is. And it creates almost a not the chalk. What's the other stuff that, climbers, like the free solo climbers? What's that stuff they put on their hands? It's not the chalk. That's what they use while they're going up. There's some stuff that they put on their hands, like a plaster, but it's like sticky. And that's what saliva's, I forget what the word is. It's something in saliva. Basically the stuff that sticks together and it absorbs into the leather and it creates more of a, what's the word? Like where you like stick to something like spiders where they can like, you know what I mean? Whatever that's called. Yeah. I here's the thing. I probably didn't throw, I probably averaged like around 73 to 74. Probably topped out like 77, maybe 78. In game. I mean, I hit 80, 81 several times in practice. But in game, I don't think I ever threw over 78, maybe. And I was probably around 74, maybe 73 even. I just threw like a lot of like a lot of off speed. It's like when you're a high school player, you're not good, right? Like people think they're good, they're not. But it's like if you could learn to hit a lefty or a righty, but in high school, there's a very good chance you're not hitting both. Not at least at the same rate. Zilla Oos, you think that? Appreciate y'all. Thank you, Mex. Mex actually had me tapped in too. Damn, I'm gonna have to put Alex and Mex on my credit tonight for my fucking recap. Mex said now the entire team is gonna run laps and sanitize my baseballs and equipment tomorrow. It's too late. They're ruined. Hold on, now my gun helps with focus. Yeah, duh. The hell, you didn't know? You didn't know that already? Some people think it's his kids, Rikishi or Zillafat too. I think it's Sabrina Carpenter. Oh shit, Alex. Damn, that was a good one, dog. I'm clipping the shit out of that. Clip that. StreamYard, clip that. That's what you have to do to get him to clip it. The bump is from the microphone Roman hit him with. So that was on Monday, right? So that was on Monday. So then they just put this out then, right? Y'all wrong. Jacob is on the phone with Stephen A. Smith. Damn, dude, don't be giving him fucking ideas, bro. Chill with that. Hey, at least Alex's was unrealistic because she's way too big of a star. You just gave him somebody that they actually will call and actually will use. Because I know y'all heard that moron. Dude, I'm sorry. Stephen A., I respect him zero. He's like a guy who, like, very early in his career, he's like, wait, you don't have to know shit about anything. Just say the thing that's going to piss off the most people. And then everybody that hates those people are going to love you. And then everybody else that, that loves that stuff is going to hate you. And they're going to watch you even harder. Because he literally will talk about anything without having any sort of rationale and or experience, right? It's like, don't try to like talk shop with a fucking boxing writer like you were on the beat or something. Like you come from that. Like at the end of the day, if you're not talking basketball, Stephen A., you can fucking suck a dick. He better not be right. I hope Zilla Fatu ends up in JCW and Russo thinks of another. Oh, there we go. He better not be right. I hope Zilla Fatu ends up in JCW and Russo thinks of another grand entrance from the rafters. Jesus Christ, Mex. Why did I read that? I could have stopped reading that at any point. A decent human being would have. Oh well, it's out there. Remember the comments read on Infighting FX that come from the chat do not necessarily reflect or line up with the viewpoints of us here at Infighting FX. Okay, so let's just create a separate barrier from Mex trolling with inappropriate jokes about our heroes, and then the rest of everything else that we say. That's true. And I'm getting fucking hungry, bro. Yo, y'all know it goes hard as shit, bro. Let me tell y'all right now, because Chipotle is crazy as shit, right? That shit got way too expensive. They said the CEO of the company said the other day something like, I think we talked about it on live. He said something the other day like, poor people ain't eating at our place no more. It's like the average customer here, the average customer at Chipotle makes 6 figures, so we could keep driving the prices up. It don't matter. And it's like, yeah, thanks. What about the poors like me? But let me tell y'all, I got y'all covered. Well, here's the thing. I got you covered if you like bowls from Chipotle. If you like the wraps from Chipotle, still, I haven't found anything yet. But the bowls, the Power Cantina bowls from Taco Bell, actually fire. I swear to God. And they have everything you want. If you're trying to be healthy, or not even healthy, if you're just trying to not be a big, fat food loving idiot like I am. It comes with like black beans, which are the superior carb. They actually have, is it an acetone? Is that what it's not acetone? Acetone, whatever it is. That for some people it burns fat while they sleep. Not everybody has that experience, but it's known to happen. That's first of all. Second of all, it's got guacamole, or maybe it's just avocado. It's either avocado or guac, but either way, it has avocado in it, which is a superfood to a degree, specifically if you're already getting high protein and you're not taking in any bad fats or lower bad fats. I wouldn't have more than like 3 grams of saturated and trans fat combined a day, unless you're going to give yourself like a cheat, which there's no problem with that. So it feels like this SmackDown is like, bro, let's fucking go out here and start this new era with the bang. You got Charlotte here about to do the job for JC Jane. I don't know if she's going to do the job. I was just kidding. But she's out here. Ooh, very nice crossbody. Switches. JC Jane almost picks up the steal. And now you have Ricky Saints against Cody Rhodes at the top. Yeah, fucking. I don't know if any of these people are like Ricky Saints isn't, I don't think gonna get over like that, because the kind of push Ricky Saints would need to get is like he would have to be so over. Like, imagine Danhausen appeal with like prime Seth Rollins ability, right? Like, that's what we're looking for if you're gonna get like a super big push, and even that's probably not gonna happen. I mean, Obafemi was just like the right everything at the right time. And now JC Jane in the figure 8. Yeah, man, Charlotte's having a little bit of a harder time these days getting it. Oh, and One of the other blonde girls. Oh, Lainey and Bridget. Those are just like the most basic girls. That's like JC, Jane, Bridget, and the other one. Damn, she picked up the win over Charlotte. Charlotte did the job. Yo, that's crazy. Oh, hey, what's up, Adrian? Shout out to Adrian Reyna in the chat. Hey, Gina, what's going on, Gina? Good to see you. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Man, can somebody check and see if I'm on IG still? No, never mind. It's off. Never mind. Fuck. Fucking bullshit. Yo, they gave JC Jane that win. I'm telling y'all, they really, really like her. I just feel like her faction is like about as dangerous sounding as a group of 18-year-old girls going on a cross-state road trip during the summer to visit colleges. And now here comes Rhea, just landed the weirdest super kick ever. And now she just did a fucking kick from the, what the fuck? What was that? Is she wearing a Danhausen shirt? No. Oh, never mind. Is that a Finn Balor shirt? So Charlotte's just gonna, like, her gimmick now is just like making up with all the girls that she once beefed with, right? That's where we're at now. Oh, it's a handshake. Nah, see, and that's another thing I don't like. It's like, bro, if y'all are gonna shake hands in that moment, y'all gotta give each other a stiffy. Nope. Oh, fuck. Damn it. I don't think Mex is listening. That's all right. I meant like a stiff handshake, bro. Like a strong, solid handshake. I don't know what the fuck y'all were thinking. And here's another thing. Why are the tag team champions watching them wrestle? Fatal Influence, their names sound like a bunch of girls who, I'll bet you the car they ride from town to town is a Jetta. Did you hear that one? Hey, I think that the car that if we see them in ride along, it's going to be a Jetta. Sorry, I just need to clip that. And I think that may be a better joke. Not delivered as well, but fuck it. Yo, those tag team titles look so fucking terrible. Like, they look like the kind of belt that you have in like Roblox. Like, just like a cheap, like stuck on your shoulder. So every time you respawn, you just come back with it right here. I'm sorry. This is going to sound terrible to y'all, but if I was Paige, I'd be leaning into everything that they're saying online. I'm not going to say what they're saying online. You probably already know what they're saying online, but I would lean into it. Like make it, like, put that shit on them. Make everybody else feel uncomfortable about it. It's like, okay, you had a piece of media that you didn't want to come out, and it's like, why everybody keep talking about, like, if it's like 2018. Wait, who did he say it was? Did he call him Vader? Why am I still wearing my thing? I'm clipping that and tagging the entire Hart family. Don't. What was not true about what I said? I don't remember what I said. I've never had Chipotle. Oh, champ, you're missing out. Well, not anymore because it's way too expensive, but it's really good. But just go to Taco Bell. I'm really pissed. Alexa never had a moment with the Wyatt Six. The pop that never was. Yeah, did you see her, Alex, address that on IG? I think it was IG Live. Basically, Alexa Bliss, somebody was asking her about the Dark Alexa character, and she is like, that character is retired for now. I felt like with what I did with Wyatt Six, but it's like, is it retired because you brought the doll back? Like, I don't understand because I don't know, dude. It just, to me, the only sense that it makes is like, they don't have anything for you, and Spooky's way harder to do now without Bray. So we're just going to essentially give you the things about the character that are still going to make us money, and then you figure out a way to incorporate it into a different character. But ultimately, she's still Dark Alexa. Like, what are we talking about? She's talking to her doll, playing with it. The first time she came back, the doll was basically the thing that got her and Charlotte Flair together as a tag team. Like, what? I don't know. Anyway, so she said that Spooky Alexa is not coming back, or Dark Alexa is not coming back, and that she didn't want to run anything with the Wyatt Six because she felt like where it was in its lore with Bray should stay there for now. She kept saying for now, right? So maybe it comes back when WWE wants more money. Definitely a missed opportunity. Alex says Supermax, which we agree with. Alex, I'd like your honest thought on Bret Hart. Alex, I haven't read the rest of the comments yet, but don't feed into his bullshit. Okay. Don't do it. And that goes for all of you. Okay. I've had a lot more people jump on live. I've had a lot more people in chats spanning Twitch to YouTube to TikTok, everything in between. And I can tell you, if you find yourself in a situation where you are in the chat with Super Mex, just know he is a professional troll at this point, and don't let him rage bait you. Make that moment happen using Google AI. Hilarious. It seems they put all fresh blood on SmackDown. Yeah, but Sol Ruka did her thing on Raw, and I think Oba Femi and Karrion Kross. Why the fuck was I about to say Karrion Kross? And what's his name? Oh my god, what's his name? I keep wanting to say Keon. I don't know why. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I think that because those two guys, Javon, damn, because those two guys are such a big part of the mid to low card scene on Raw, there was more room on SmackDown. Plus, if you think about all the cuts that happened, they were mostly from SmackDown side. And then I mean, obviously, we've all heard the rumors that SmackDown's moving back to 2 hours. And so they were going to need less talent on, from a week to week standpoint anyway. So it would make sense that SmackDown would get the fresh blood. I just thought that they would go. I thought they would work a little bit better in how they split it up. Because Ethan Page is on Raw too. I forgot about that. Honestly, I think Ethan Page has more potential from a ceiling standpoint based purely on talent between him and Ricky Saints. However, I believe Ricky Saints has a much better chance of reaching a top echelon based on who you know type shit, right? Cody Rhodes. Netflix is probably wanting all the established names aside from Cody. Yeah, that's probably, I mean, they definitely have that too. I can't get past Ricky Saints just cosplaying The Rock. And you know what the crazy thing is? He swears he's not doing that. I have no strong feelings about Bret. He does a lot of talking, but he was a GOAT. He does do a lot of talking. I appreciate Alex's honesty there. My problem is with JC is she's not really attractive to me. She doesn't get my blood flowing. I think it's her nose. Yo, by the way, Alex McKenzie, she thought you were so entertaining on the show the other day. And she was wanting to come back on because she wants to know the rest of your WWE crush list. I She called it something. I guess kids on TikTok call like a list of girls you like or guys you like something. It's like the crush list. I don't remember. I don't fucking know. But yeah, she loved that. Let me I'm gonna send her a shot of your thing. To the biggest event of the summer. The fuck? Nah, you're tripping, bro. Wait. Free human monies. Oh man, y'all think Damian Priest ever gets back to the title? What's up, people over there? Damian Priest. No one's gonna ever let him fucking eat in the main event, in the main event. Jesus Christ. How many times did I do this? Always capable. Let's see. You want Charlotte to give her Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna do that one. All right. I also want to reiterate that Liv Morgan's new song is absolute dog shit. Oh yeah, everybody knows that Liv Morgan's song is absolute dog shit. Here's my thing though. I think that Nick Khan and like the TKO people and Endeavor people think we're like retarded, or they think that the, you know what, this is what I think. I think that they think that the majority of male wrestling fans over a specific age, like maybe like 25, are just like pure simps. Like they just think we're like pure simps. And don't get me wrong, there are fucking psycho dudes out there. Like the guy that stalked Liv. Um, I'm gonna say something that a lot of people are gonna be like, "What the fuck?" But I think CM Punk was kind of a dick for hitting the phone out of the guy's hand. Don't get me wrong, the guy was invading personal space and being annoying, but that seemed, I don't know. I just would have been like, dude, can you back off? Look, maybe Bailey told him a million times to back off. But I don't know. He was being creepy for sure. You know what? I probably shouldn't have said that. But either way, the point I'm trying to make is that the song is dog shit. But I think that they think, hey, let's like put her in a video that like will break wiki feet or something like that. And then they were like, yeah, we'll get all the pervs to watch it, which is like 90% of her fan base and like 80% of the male demographic for WWE. I don't know. It's just how I feel, but it's just like, dude, it didn't do anything for her character, which obviously like that's not like a big thing, right? Like The Rock didn't do Scorpion King because it was going to work or not work for SmackDown, right? Although I feel like it did work for his wrestling career, but that song, it's like, hey, you know how Liv Morgan's really small, but she's just kind of a badass? Well, what if I told you she was just a total tart the whole time? It's like, oh, yeah, I don't really think I like that. No, I don't. Like there's nothing wrong with being like the Chelsea Green, right? Nothing wrong at all. I love her character. I love what she's done with it. But let's be honest, if you want to be at that top spot, like that Rhea Ripley type shit, that Charlotte Flair type shit, like being a badass, right? You could be a female and be glamorous, but you got to be a badass with it. You know what I mean? If you want to sell that gimmick. I'm sorry, Liv Morgan's song, it doesn't give me badass. It gives me sad ass. No, that was weird. We're better than that. And we're going to move on from that part. We're going to pretend it didn't happen. No one's going to clip it. And yeah, let's just all pretend it didn't happen. All right. Leaning into it though, leaning into things is what got her in that situation to begin with. Joseph, bro, that Liv Morgan music video is hot though. I understand my community better than anyone. Anyone. Fuck, I'm so good. What did I tell you? Does the song suck? It does. Is it nonsensical as it relates to her character and the storyline that was going on? You bet. But is it horning up the right demographic? Apparently so. Apparently so. I will always favor storyline more than optics, unless those optics are playing into the storyline. And in this case, they don't. It's like, hey, guys, Liv Morgan's really popular. Yep, she really is. We should make her more popular. And they're like, yeah, we should. Like, what do we do? Like, do we build her up like we did Rhea? Do we make her unstoppable like Charlotte Flair? And they're like, no, let's make her a thirst trap like Sunny and Sable. Like, nah, champ. There's a reason why nobody liked the Divas. There's a reason why women's wrestling in the WWF was always looked at as subpar. It wasn't because women are subpar athletes, not at all. It was because they were treated like Sable she had a stripping match at WrestleMania. I think that's basically all you have to say. Here's the thing, right? Like they can't even show the wrestling stuff from that era anymore. Like TKO will never show that stuff. And that tells you everything you need to know about how fucking far they went. By the way, Mex, you know that Matt ended up agreeing with me, right? Not agreeing with me in the sense like he called or he came on and was like, "Hey, I agree with you, Mario." He inadvertently let that slip. I'll tell you why. Hold on. Okay. All right, listen. So this was the debate me and Mex were having. Mex, are you still there? Say his name and he appears. Oh shit, I'm fucking behind. I forgot. Thank you, dude. Well, just fast forward through the ending there. Okay. The current SmackDown roster gives 2-3 SmackDown. 2002, 2003 SmackDown roster vibes. You had Edge, Guerrero, Benoit, Angle, etc. Chill, champ. Chill, champ. Chill, champ. Chill, champ. Who the fuck? Who the fuck on SmackDown? Who in the fuck in SmackDown is half as good as Chris Benoit? Who on SmackDown's roster right now could wash Angle's jockstrap? Please tell me that. Who's texting me right now? Oh. Yo, Mackenzie loved that comment, by the way. Let me tell y'all. Oh, look, there's Tala Tonga. Y'all said he got cut. Damn, they gonna make Priest get. Damn, did he? I think he accidentally slammed him on the belt. Yo, they're gonna make Priest put him over. Y'all know that, right? Y'all know that, right? Anyway, so this was the argument, guys. Okay, this was the argument. The argument was why Vince wasn't coming back during WrestleMania. That was the debate. By the point of conjecture for those debate team, former debate teammates, people, is that I say cancel culture never existed, still doesn't exist. There was no such thing as that. What we saw as it related to what people refer to as cancel culture was more of a statement on where we were at the time in social media and how much more we were connected, how much better that connection. Like, you have to remember that time was like within the year span of media files on the internet becoming like a quarter of the size that they, well, maybe like 3/4 of the size they were. And like, just like the internet being faster, media being transferred quickly or ish, whatever. The idea of shorts and reels and basically taking the condensed methods of the internet and then condensing them further. Right. And so like throughout all of that, these cancellations that we saw were nothing more than the same reactionary things that we've seen in the past. This has never been different. They used to hang women in Salem because a bunch of people would get together and virtue signal, and they'd be like, oh, she's a fucking witch. She was dancing around naked in her fucking home. Like, it's her fucking home. She could do whatever she wants. But no, she's a witch. Let's hang her. That type of shit is cancel culture. It's always been cancel culture. What we see now that is not different, but is more reactionary, are companies' reaction to them. Okay. So Matt agreed with me without realizing he agreed with me, by the way, because he said that when Roman Reigns was booed and they said FTKO at the presser, simultaneously, they also chanted for Vince, either before that or after that, whatever, or we want Vince back or some shit like that. Then 2 days before that, at the Hall of Fame speech, Stephanie finally brought up her dad after weeks of not bringing him up, or at least a week of not bringing him up. She brought him up, and the crowd chanted, thank you, Vince. There was the Brock Lesnar retirement, in which everybody, said thank you to Brock. The next night, as Heyman continued to sell this thing that's absolutely still a work, and he's definitely coming back at SummerSlam. And they said thank you, Lesnar. And so Mex's argument, which was his argument from like back when Vince went away and he said he'd come back, also the argument he used when they brought Brock Lesnar back, was that cancel culture is dead, or it's been defeated, or it's killed, which is like obviously retarded because we've seen a million people go through the same thing. My point again is that Matt's Right. They, as in the fans, still chant for Vince. Nothing would happen if they brought him back. The reason he's not coming back is because of TKO, and it's because of Endeavor. And it's the same corporate mindset you see with Target and Walmart and Bud Light and fucking 90% of BlackRock's fucking vested interests and fucking false flag operations and just like all the bullshit that we see. Like it's all part of the same corporate mindset. How much money can you make me? And is it worth the backlash? So for example, Brock Lesnar, the backlash was minimal by comparison to how much he delivered for the company. That Obafemi sign off was worth it all alone. If he literally came back last year at SummerSlam or whenever it was, and then all he did was come back to WrestleMania to lose to Obafemi, that would have been worth it, even all by itself. The rub is such a difficult thing to accomplish, and even more so today. So again, the fact that Vince is here is not coming back and never was isn't because of the fans or because of Karens or the fucking liberal Democratic or mainstream media. It literally has nothing to do with any of that. It has to do with the fact that Vince offers nothing in terms of revenue. To bring him back would simply mean putting him back in charge to where he is. He's not a character. He's not one of the boys. You can't use him in that sense because he won't allow for it. He's not going to come and fly week to week to try to put over Austin Theory or whoever else. So you'd have to bring Vince back in an authoritative role, pay him a crazy amount, if not give him full control or whatever he'd want. And then at the end, the payoff would be so minimal because the only people that would be cheering would be the kinds of people that would pay the crazy fucking amount to get into the Hall of Fame, which are the marks of the marks of the marks. So you're welcome. Like they have the young, hungry wrestlers. Okay, that I can agree with. That I thought you were saying they were as good as Guerrero, Benoit. But am I tripping? Is JC Jane anything above a 4 out of a 10 or a 5? Nah, you're tripping. She's not a 4 or a 5, Alex. That's harsh, champ. We'll give it a real look. We'll give it a real look. I'm surprised Priest wasn't on the cut list. Yikes. There's always next year. Damn, the Usos are pulling double duty now on Raw and SmackDown. That sounds actually really crazy. He was in my prediction of first round of cuts. Oh, well, there you go. So Jacob Fatu destroys the MFTs by himself, and now they run through the tag team champs. Not a good look at all. Not a good look at all. Damian Priest is almost 45, but he'll be in WWE as long as he has Valerie Lloyd. Yeah, you're right, champ. Oh, shit. What did I do that for? Nah, he got warned and didn't listen. He's lucky he didn't get punched by Punk. Oh, agreed on that. You smoke way too much. Nah, we're getting canceled once I tag the hearts the video. You're reading my chat. Dude, you fucking better not, dude. You fucking better not. All right. Just let's, all fun and games. But, I would like to try to interview Bret Hart at one day. All right. I would. How about this? If he says no, you can do whatever you want. But that's not going to happen. Vince is still coming back, by the way. Max, he's not letting that one go at all, bro. He wants Vince back ASAP. It's crazy. And he's trolling, obviously, right? Because Triple H obviously got signed to a 3-year deal extension that it was in the wake of the WrestleMania narrative that he was getting cut. A lot of people fed into that. Bro, Solo and Tall Ass Tonga should have been the duo from the beginning, bro. You didn't need anybody else. In fact, I think you should let Tama Tonga kind of run rampant, right? This is kind of, and they're chanting for OTC. Yo, why is Jay in a cross position? Yo, he's crazy right now, dude. Yo, is Jay wearing fucking AirPods? Yeah. Oh, fuck, that hurt. Oh, my God. Oh, that hurt to yeet. It hurts to yeet. Oh. Oh, if you're just joining us, I hurt my sciatica. I played golf 5 times in 10 days. No. Yeah, 5 times in 10 days. 3 out of the past 4 days to begin the week and in the weekend. And I was feeling tight. Went to go work out on Wednesday, I think it was. And my sciatica fucking absolutely stretched out. If you've ever had it happen to you, you know what the feeling is. And then I flared it up again. Oh, fuck. Earlier today by simply pushing a Yeti ice chest. Damn. He said, I don't look like your ginger ass. He said, you're ginger. I'm Raheem. Damn. He said it. He said, I didn't say it. He said it. Hold on. Wait. Vince is still good. If Bret Hart told you no, I would assume I have full permission to bury that motherfucker on air for a week straight. No, of course not. You would have permission for me to have, as a friend, felt like the likelihood that he's coming on is no longer valid and or he just doesn't do it at all. So it's like 0% to the point where I'd have zero remorse of someone in his camp or him misunderstanding my level of affection for him. Here's the thing though, Mex, and for the 212 of you watching live, if you would do me a favor and please hit the like, hit the sub, hit the follow. We're live on YouTube, Twitch, X right now, and TikTok. Oh, actually, we're off of TikTok now. Well, we were live on TikTok, but we are live on all those things at Infighting FX. That's how you spell it. Infighting Exchange, spelled at Infighting FX, all one word together. The F and the X at the end. I would be very, very grateful. But Mex, and for everybody else watching, if they said, hey, Bret Hart is like really pissed off because Mex posted this crazy thing that he said and that I fucking like a moron read online on stream. And then he would be like, hey, you got a problem with me? And I would be like, Bret, if I have a problem with you, it's not that I don't like you. It's that maybe I like you a little too much. That's right. That is my Bret Hart corner right there. Y'all see at the top where I put Muhammad Ali knocking down Brock Lesnar? Shout out to the GOAT. But I'm gonna show y'all. Watch. So this is the Stone Cold Bloody, right? That one with the Bret Hart. This is the King of the Ring thing. So he faced Razor with the green in the first round, Mr. Perfect in the black in the second, and then Bam Bam in the final round. And then if you remember, Jerry the King Lawler came out at the end and fucked with them. I had to put this down because I got some new golf clubs and they knocked down everything. Also, I'm getting rid of this. It's time. I've had this fridge since college and it's just time, But this was the other one from the what's it called? From the Calgary Stampede. No, wait. Yeah, Calgary Stampede. Right? Yeah. Calgary Stampede. The In Your House. When they all wrestled Stone Cold and the Legion of Doom. They had the Shamrock too. You know what's so fucked up though? Dude. You know what's so fucked up? Oh, and then I have this corner too. Up here, down there, right there, all that. So he knows I love him. Oh, and then I have those two right there. The WrestleMania 10 when he got lifted up, and then I have the WrestleMania 9 when Hulk Hogan was a dick. But dude, you want to hear something messed up, dude? Dude, this is the type of shit that pisses me off. So, by the way, shout out to everybody that was helping out with that figure thing we did last week, the segment. I put I tried to make the Edge Lita segment where they try to bone on TV. And ChatGPT wouldn't let me. My cousin found one that they let him do whatever the fuck he wanted, and it was crazy. But he made the Edge in the Lita one. I'll show it to you in a little bit. But we were doing all that, right? And then I came across, I was doing it because they made the Rocky Maivia, or the one where he wears the turtleneck, the black turtleneck with the fanny pack. So they're making a fig of that one, and the Undertaker snake pants, the ones that he borrowed from when he lost his pants and he had to borrow them from the Godfather. But anyway, the new figs they're making Bret Hart when he was in the wheelchair and he hurt his knee. It's fucked up because I literally put this one together. This is a what's it called? A custom. This is a custom that I made myself, and now they're just selling a fucking $25 version of it. Like all the virgins should just be happy to have one. No, the virgins that work the hardest should be the only ones that have it. Don't know what I mean. The hell is that, Bam Margera right in the middle of them? Yo, that's Bam Margera in the middle of them. He said Grok AI. You think Grok AI will let me? Are you 40 already? I am not, champ. That's not a troll. Vince will be back, and I say by SummerSlam. Mex, you're the king of trolls, man. That's hilarious. Good job. Yeah, maybe Grog AI would do it. Thank you, Alex. I'm gonna try that. I want a fig of Shawn Michaels kicking Bret Hart out of the chair. That's hilarious. Actually, that's funny you say that. Because I see. Oh, let's watch the Danhausen thing first. Adrenaline in my soul. Oh my God, it's Cody Rhodes. What did you shoot on Sunday? Oh, bro. Thank you for asking, Jim. Is it Jam? Jim, whatever. Uh, yeah, I appreciate you asking, bro. Bro, I shot a fucking 90. I swear to God. One stroke away from breaking 90s. I've broken 90s before. See, most people, they think I just started playing golf because I've been streaming from there and doing the content. But the truth is, I started playing golf when I was 14, 15. My dad taught me, but I played baseball. So, I would only golf during the summer. We would maybe get like a few games in. And, there was this idea when we were in high school. This is like 05, 07 ish. Well, like from like 2000 to like 2010, probably that narrative was really strong that if you golfed, it would fuck up your baseball swing. That's absolutely not true. They're two different swings. They're not even the same thing. At the end of the day, if your golf swing is fucking up your baseball swing, you should probably stop doing both because you're doing both of them wrong. But that said, I stopped playing after college, maybe. Like I was like maybe almost 30. I stopped playing for like 3-4 years, maybe even longer. It was about 5 years in between the last games that I played. My uncle, who had cancer, he's passed away since, but he was playing a lot of golf at the time, trying to, you know what I mean? Trying to enjoy life as best he can. And so I went with him and my cousin for the first time in 5 years. And I'm so grateful that I did. We ended up passing. I didn't get to play with them anymore. And so after that, I was like hooked again. And I've been hooked ever since. If it wasn't so expensive, I'd literally play every fucking day if I could. But yeah, I shot 86 was, I think, the best I ever shot. But I used to consistently shoot between 88 and 90 consistently. And then when I came back, I was like 98 to 102. But it didn't take long before I was shooting mid 90s, and I've been there ever since. But yeah, I hit 90 on Sunday. It was fucked up. I had started off really bad, and then I parred the 9, and when I came back for the back 9, I ended up parring 3 holes. 3 or 4, I can't remember now. Oh yeah, 4. So I had 3 pars in the back 9, and I hadn't checked my score since I think hole 10 or 9 or something like that. So I didn't check my score at all. I was just entering them in birdies in the birdies app, and then when I got to hole 18, I knew my score was pretty good. I did not think I was capable of breaking 80s without like a fucking eagle or some crazy shit. I laid up, hit a beautiful first shot that positioned me perfectly 80 yards out with my sand wedge, which is about 75%, 80% of my sand wedge. And dude, I swear to God, I stuck that bitch 10, 12 feet from the hole. Just absolutely brilliant shot. Probably my best sand wedge shot all year. Stuck it 8, 10 feet from the pin, right? I made the stupidest fucking mistake of my golfing life. As I'm walking to the thing, because I had taken my club, or I had taken my putter with me and my sand wedge, and I let Rob drive to go get his ball. He had hit it way on the other side. And as I'm walking up to the ball, right, taking off my glove, have my putter in my hand, I'm kind of like analyzing it. I said, you know what, let me look at my score. Check my phone, check my score, and I realized that this shot for birdie was going to be to break 90s. I would have gotten an 89 if I would have hit that birdie. I missed it and overshot it by 4 feet. It was like not a very easy par, but ended up double two putting for the par. And yeah, so I was this close, dude. We got Lozano on Sunday 18. I was supposed to play yesterday on the 9. My boy he was treating all the customers. He was going to take me with him and put it on the company card and shit. But man, my back was just toast, bro. Toast. So hopefully I'm good by Sunday, because I am ready. Uh, Mario, do you still play softball? It's so funny you say that. I literally just had this conversation this past weekend. So I've been asked like 4 times this year about softball. The first time I ran into, or one of the times I ran into the league owner. Well, he runs it now. He used to own the league, and then he sold it, and they kept him on to run it, like the president or whatever. And so I ran into him at Academy or Dick's or somewhere, and he was like, "Hey, y'all gonna come back?" Like, because we were playing like every season for like 4 years. So I was like, well, let me, I'll talk to Rob. Let me see, because we had been playing with Rob's team. The company they own has been sponsoring us, Felix Diesel Trucks. They fix diesel trucks and commercial vehicles. Anyway, I tell him, and he looks at me and he's like, nah. He's like, we will, man, but I'm just not ready. I love golf. I was like, yeah, yeah. Yo, Rob's been playing like crazy. And we've been seeing people out there. And when they see us, they're like, hey, when y'all coming back softball? And Rob finally said it the other day. He's like, dude, I don't think I am right now. Honestly, I don't know if I will. Like, I probably will. I'll get the itch again one day. He said, but right now, I fucking love golf. Dude, this dude's been playing like 4 days a week. No joke. 4 days a week he's been out there. And he's getting better. I think he's shooting like 101, 102, somewhere like that. But he started like 120s. And so, yeah, I don't think I'm playing golf. I mean, I don't think I'm playing softball again until until his obsession with golf is Dunskies. Cause yeah, bro, he got hit hard with that shit. Yo, and that's the thing, like softball is so much easier to play because softball, like you could use whatever glove. You could use a baseball glove. I mean, it's not gonna be smart if you're in the outfield. But I don't know what this is, but All right, Cody goes for the Cody cutter, lands it. Oh, nice. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Cody just reversed into the crossroads. Yo, he stuck that on Ricky. Did y'all see that, dude? Ricky was standing on top of his fucking head. Yo, that was a nasty. He hit that one nasty, bro. That was sick. The American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes. Oh, shit. Gunther. Gunther does that. Hold up. I'm gonna put mute so it doesn't fuck me with the thing. Bro, I don't know how you can adjust to golf. I couldn't. No, here's the thing. I'm not talking shit at all, Mex. Not at all. It's not that you couldn't, it's that you it's that you didn't it's that you didn't have the you didn't have the training on the physics of hitting the ball, right? So like with baseball, at some point as you were a kid, you learned the physics of hitting the ball, right? So like if you want to hit an outside pitch, there's only one way to really hit it well, and that's to hit the inside part of the ball and hit it oppo. And some people are good enough to try to get around it and pull and things like that. But ultimately, the best hitters will take the ball where they're pitched. And so the mechanics of that are now easy, right? Like, and then you start getting into like what you want the bat to do, right? Because you're not swinging the bat, you're kind of whipping the bat, right? So things like point the knob at the ball, squash the bug, shift back, right? And then there are different methods of hitting, right? There's the over rotation on the back foot. There's the blast method where you kind of like come forward almost like Ichiro, like the Japanese hitters do. There's the what's it called, fence method. It's like where you balance it on the fence and you try to stay inside, really creating that inside swing, inside out swing. There's trying to get under the ball and create that backspin as you pop, which is probably more in line with how hitters are being taught to hit at the younger, or at the younger level, or the less experienced level. It's like they say, ground balls don't make money, right? You want to make money, you want to play ball at the higher level, you got to find a way to get the ball up. That said, hitting a golf ball is not hitting a golf ball. You don't hit it with the same sort of physical understanding as you have with with baseball. You're not hitting the golf ball. What you're doing is you're catching the golf ball with the club and launching it up. You're not swinging the the golf club. You are um dropping your hands with it and scooping with it. That's what you're doing. You're not swinging, you're dropping and lifting. And I guarantee you, if we hung out for an hour, I could get you to absolutely launch hybrids and woods, maybe even the driver. Um, I could absolutely show you with one session, and I would get you to hit consistently with the hybrid and the woods. Um, Irons are the harder one, but they're not, impossible to use. Dude, that would be sick, bro. Hey, Ness needs to get off the fucking peptides and put that money towards a fucking badass softball retreat. Like, we could do basketball, softball. Shit, we could do everything. Fuck it. That would be dope. What do you think of NXT from what you saw? Did you see Lizzie Rain? Oh my God, Alex. I fucking loved Lizzie Rain. I loved her hair. I loved her outfit. I loved her presentation. I loved the way she wrestled. I loved her post-wrestling shtick. I loved everything about Lizzie Rain. What was her name in the Indies? Or not Indies? Yeah, the Indies. She went by another name, right? In the UK, what was it? Fuck. Jesus. Cursed. Everyone quiet. Danhausen is on. Hilarious. Yeah, I loved Lizzie Rain, Alex. I do. I loved her. I'll be honest, I didn't love the shitty AI that NXT used. Sol Ruka looked like fucking somebody tried to thirst trap Sunny from the 90s with Photoshop. It looked like they tried to make that shit with AI and nobody knew what Sol Ruka looked like. Uh that did not go over well for me, especially finding out later in the week that WWE's using AI for more than just what was initially said. About a year ago, I think it was, the story came out that AI, maybe it was 2 years ago, that WWE was going to be using AI, incorporating AI more with creative, in the sense of using it as a record keeper, as a bookkeeper of sorts. Like, what gimmicks have they ran, what feuds have they ran, things like that. And now it is understood that they have been using it for more than just that. Thank you so much. I don't wanna talk about it. What? He believes in the curse. The hell is he wearing? Undertaker's pants? Yes, wear marks. Yes, wear marks. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching right now. If you could do me a favor and hit the sub, hit the follow. We are live Monday through Thursday, as well as every single weekend for all the shows, MMA, boxing, wrestling. And we will be live tomorrow morning watching the highly anticipated Inoue versus Nakatani fight, as well as, thank you to Alex for reminding us, UFC Australia in the morning. And then we will be back later at night for my niece is her prom is tomorrow, so we'll be live, taking pictures and stuff, and then we will be staying live for the Benavidez Zurdo fight. So make sure you're tapped in, make sure you're following, join the community that covers it all when it comes to combat sports. Don't be afraid to join the link. Don't be afraid to join the link. Don't be afraid to join the show by clicking the link. What the fuck? Damn, Miz is going hard trying to get him over. He must have points. I'm just playing. Alex, you gonna kick it with us in the morning, champ? Evehausen is a fan house and nice. I'm still firm that Danhausen is autistic. I don't think so. I don't think so. Have you seen him in interviews out of character? He seems like a very brilliant performer. Miss Hausen. I wrote a poem. How's that a poem? Oh, yeah. Dude, you know you're an old man when you have to have the heating pad on. The guy that moonsault Tony D looked like King Kong Bundy? Yeah, for sure. The character of Danhausen is 100% autistic. Oh, you mean the character of Danhausen? I love that. I love that. You know what? He should. He should come out and support autism like that. You're absolutely right. That would be great. It would be great for kids with autism to be able to be represented like that. But then how do you beat him though? If you bring him out autistic, dude, that would be tough. Oh, of course, dude. That's messed up. That was a It's a drop. It's a drop. It's a drop. Do I sound like him? It's a drop. Yeah, look, fucking red cab guy. Y'all see him? The red cap guy? Yo, I want to see a feud between the red cap guy and the green shirt guy. That would be awesome. Also, where's the guy that used to go to all the shows with his mom? Y'all remember that guy? He had like really long hair and he was always front row with his mom. Or I don't know if it was his mom, but how is this not male toxic bullshit? See, it's not that I dislike Kit Wilson's gimmick, it's that it's nonsensical most of the time. Oh shit. Here comes Royce Keys, and you know what that means? It means we ain't gonna see him after tonight for a really long time. Versus Angel? Damn, didn't y'all just cut one of them motherfuckers? As a brother of an autistic person. Jesus Christ, Matt is not autistic. Wait, do you have another brother? You don't have another brother. That's fucked up, dude. I love Matt. Hey, here's the thing. If Matt is autistic, I would agree in the sense that he has the ability to keep so much data in his brain. I don't know how he does it. Him and my brother, you two are like that, Mix. Oh, you have 3 brothers. I'm sorry. My bad. What's your other brother's name? All right. I mean, you don't have to give that, obviously. Your younger brother's autistic. My niece has 3 brothers on her other side, right? These are half brothers. And Memphis, the youngest one, has been diagnosed with autism, and he is so fucking smart, dude. He is God, he's just so smart. It's like he's more brilliant than any other kid his age, but it's the inability to communicate as easily and frequently as other kids his age that that's obviously like the separation between the two. But God, this kid is so brilliant. He is so bright. He has a tremendous mind body connection. He just picks up things really fast, there's like this mini golf set thing, and stuff like that. Yo, I wish I could just put my chat with Mix and Matt on public. It's just so fucking funny, bro. Four 13. Yo, I mentioned this the other day. I don't know how many of y'all heard me say this, but man, shout out to my wife, bro. Let me tell y'all. All right. Me and my wife, we had this conversation. We were talking about the NBA and the WNBA, and I was telling her how it subsidizes the WNBA. And she was kind of like she was feeling like as if it was like disrespectful towards women, but it was like just facts a lot of times. And she was like, man, I was talking all this shit, and then I realized I don't even watch that shit. And so now she's making it a point to watch the WNBA, which I respect, bro. I respect that a lot. But I love that you could believe that Matt is autistic. Our other brother's name Antonio, and he's a real asshole. Oh man, Matt, Mex, that you need to understand where you're flirting with right there. That could be some prime material, man. That could be some prime stage material. I don't know if you've ever seen fuck, what's the guy's name? I always forget his name. He got fired from SNL for making an Asian joke and he never started with them. And then he went to Notre Dame and he played football. He's a comedian. Fuck, what's his name? Matt and Shane Gillis. I was thinking of their podcast, Matt and Shane's secret podcast. Anyway, Shane Gillis has, I think, an uncle. I think he has Down syndrome, if I'm not mistaken. And the material is just so good because, yes, it's funny, but there's love there, right? There are lessons there. That his comedy is very nuanced. A lot of people don't pay attention to that because of the subject matter. But it's so nuanced, and Shane Gillis is such an artist because you're laughing and you don't realize what he's doing to your point of view and perception of people with Down syndrome. He's changing for the better the comfortability, the everyday inclusion. I mean, there's just so many awesome, positive things that come from his material. And unless you're somebody who's just a fucking, somebody who's just looking to be angry or virtue signal, and you get angry at that stuff just based off of surface level shit, then I think that it's, a lot of times it's people like that are the ones that have, that are the uncomfortable ones. You know what I mean? So yeah, dude, I would really, really think about exploring what you just said. And, um, you know, where's the funny? Where's the love? Where's the stories? You know, what's the picture? What's the message? I think once you like break it down like that, the set would be very easy to build from there. Oh my God, what a move. Royce Keese, bro. Thank you, Shane Gillis. Yes. I told you, bro, I have a tons of autism material. I don't remember you saying that. I just got to be big enough to get that off. Oh, yeah, for sure. You got to get to a point where you can talk about it without, you have to be able to perform that, right? Because if you're just going up there, like you're capable, you're a guy who's, you've done shows forever, the boxing voice. You're a guy who could come on a mic. It's like I just want y'all to clip shit. You're a person who can jump on a mic and just start talking with comfort. But that opens you up to vulnerabilities, right? And so when you're on stage, if you're going to be sad, it better be because it's for the bit. Like if you're going to be happy or jealous or ashamed or any of those feelings, and you're going to explore them and share them on stage, then it has to be only what you're trying to perform, right? Oh, it's Tiffany Stratton's birthday. Is it just me or does Tiffany Stratton kind of look like Erica Kurt? Or am I tripping? I'm sorry. I love Chelsea Green. Alex said, here's the harsh truth. If David Benavidez doesn't call out Jai Obataia tomorrow, he is just like any other entitled boxing star. It's a duck. Okay, but what if he fights in or calls out Bivol or Beterbiev? I think all three of those fights represent a big test. And I'd also argue that Bivol and Beterbiev offer, I don't know. I mean, listen, we haven't seen those guys fight in a really long time. Who knows what's left of Beterbiev? Mex said, you're tripping. I'm assuming he's talking to Alex on that one. Yo, I don't want to give out things that people don't want out. Let me ask Matt if I could say it. I'm sorry, does Trick Williams think that the gingerbread man thing is getting over? Oh, you were talking about me saying that she looked like Erica Kirk. My bad. He's already saying the Jai fight is 2 or 3 years away. He don't want problems with Jai. But here's my problem with both of what you're saying, Alex and Mex. My problem with what you're saying is that, look, okay, here's the thing, right? So did Canelo duck Benavidez? Because if you're saying that he ducked Benavidez, then I don't understand how you can make the same like point for Jai. Because it's like, why didn't Canelo fight Benavidez? Really? Like, honestly and truly. Well, it's because Benavidez, was fucking up and he popped, right? That made it possible for Canelo to undispute 168 without having to go through him. Okay. And so it put him in a position where Canelo said the juice is not worth the squeeze. In other words, the risk reward is too low. And now fans argued that that wasn't true. Benavidez was a big enough star for Canelo to be able to fight, that he just wasn't going to fight him because he was too dangerous. But Jai doesn't represent like a major marquee selling fight, right? Benavidez would be carrying almost the full weight of that promotion. And I'm not saying that you should duck fighters if they are not monetarily valuable. What I am saying is that Opataya still has a ways to go to prove himself, right? Just like for some fans, Benavidez hasn't yet walked through the fire or whatever. You can make that claim for Jai. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, Bivol and Beterbiev represent something far more richer and potentially more dangerous at this point. I don't know. I'm not saying, look, obviously I'd love to see David Benavidez and Opataya. I would absolutely want to see that fight. Do I believe that there are many people like me and Alex and Mex that want to see that fight right now? No, I don't think there are many casual fans who even know the name of Jai Obataia. Now, don't get me wrong. He's building his resume. He's building his brand. He's building his popularity. And I can tell you that he's far more popular now fighting under the Zuffa banner than he was at any other point in his career. I think there's no doubt about that. A contingency of combat sports fans know him in a way that they will never learn anyone else in that division's name. So I don't know. Let me see. Mr. Everybody Ducking the Monster has Jai Obataia calling his name. That's true. Yeah. No, that's there. They're there. Because Benavidez is a huge weight bully. Let's not pretend here. You know what? And I love that Mex said that. There was a time when I was watching the Boxing Voice more, and I don't not watch the Boxing Voice. I just don't watch it as regularly as I used to. But there was a time I was watching it, and Mex was making this point, and there were people that were debating him on this, and I never liked the way that Ness tried to frame it. It almost felt like he was trying to set up Mex's point as the bad guy point, and it was unfair. And I always thought it was such a, because Mex was like one of the few people saying this at that time. You know, we're talking a few years ago, and so I always find it prevalent when Mex brings that point up, especially because while there are plenty of people today who see that narrative and understand it, several years ago there was nobody who did. And, you know, in all honesty, like, dude, I don't even want to say this, but sometimes I feel like, you know, Mex outgrew the Boxing Voice a long time ago. I know he knows that. So it's like, it sucks that he has to sometimes waste some of his best stuff on an audience that is it's not that they don't want to appreciate it, it's that they're not capable of appreciating it. Because the narratives are the same every day. Ooh, he said it. Benavidez was big enough. That's for sure. Yeah, no, I agree. Benavidez has consistently said he doesn't care about paydays. He just wants the fights. Well, there you go. That's still a duck. Bivol and Beterbiev don't want to fight Benavidez. They want to do the trilogy. This is why Benavidez is fighting Zurdo. Jai is number 1 at 200. Jai proved himself. All fair points from Alex. All points that I 100% agree with. The problem with boxing is that at a certain level, prize fighting becomes a narrative, right? It's an optical illusion. If you can make people see you as a must-see attraction, then you're going to make them see you as a must-see attraction, you know? And that's the narrative they've spent with Benavidez. So he represents a star level that Jai isn't even close to. So is it a duck? Again, it's hard to argue what any of your points. I can't debate you because all those points are fair. Bivol and Beterbiev don't want to fight right now because they're looking at the trilogy. Which what's held that up, by the way. If you know, you know. Benavidez, they want to do the trilogy. Oh yeah, that is why Benavidez is fighting Zurdo. Absolutely, 100% true. The most marketable name he could have found, right? He needs to beat another Mexican. The Canelo fight not happening really stalls the upward trajectory of Benavidez. Beating Zurdo will help, but not even near as much as being in the same ring with Canelo. Another mysterious phone call. Remember when Triple G flirted with fighting Carl Froch at 168, but he stopped because Ward said if he didn't, that he would have to fight him. That is the situation coming to reality. Fair. Benavidez is going to join forces with Golden Boy. Oscar has his new Mexican star. Very interesting comment. I wonder how many of you have the same feelings about what you've seen in Fight Week. I actually understand this narrative that Machine Gun Matt's bringing. I'm not saying I agree or disagree. I'm just saying I understand where this narrative is coming from. How many of you feel the same? Benavidez already said he's a free agent into the year and he's going to be promoting his own. Yeah, but he's not going to be able to do it on his own. He's definitely going to have it's going to have to be a situation like Ryan Garcia with Golden Boy. You know, not even Ryan Garcia's promotional company is capable of running big fights by themselves. People aren't giving Zurdo a fair enough chance in this fight. What would you say his chances are, Matt? I mean, realistically, do you give him better than 75-25? I mean, what would you give him? Motherfuckers acting like he's just going to steamroll Zurdo. Yeah, I don't think he'll steamroll him. Zurdo's a tough guy for sure. Oscar ran around saying David don't got a chin. Yeah, but that's a fair point. Benavidez also said he don't care what's going on in Saudi and fight there his next fight. Well, that's a fair point too. Okay, obviously it's not Trick Williams in the thing because he's super thin. That guy looks so tall. I mean, he looks skinny. He looks like really tall and skinny from the hard cam side. Look at that shit. But then on the ring apron side, it don't look that bad. But dude, this is fucking Dennis Rodman in that shit. What the hell? He said night in, night out, year in, year out. Old gingerbread. Yeah, I saw that, right? Mech said, Mario, I think it's a mannequin. They showed it being carried to the ring. I saw that, but yeah, I guess you're right. It is a mannequin, right? Because you could see how the shoulders are like. Look at that. Look at his right shoulder. It's like all squared out. You're right. Stop, Matt, bro. Matt, stop, Matt. 55. You think this is a 50-50 fight? What on earth makes you think this is a 50-50 fight? It's not the size, obviously. It's not the power, not the speed, not defense. You think he can weather the storm better? I don't think so. But yep, it was a mannequin. Good call. Good call. Good call. Bro, I cannot believe Matt said it's a 55-45, bro. None of y'all, please don't think that. Please. I love Matt. I hope he proves me wrong. Honestly, I want to see a scrap. But nah, I don't think Zudo probably wins, but if one round before he gets stopped. I can't see it. Maybe like 2 rounds if Benavidez is trying to be a little more slick early on, not slick like in terms of style, slick in terms of like approach, maybe looks for something that he's going to telegraph. Trick Williams, I don't understand. Like, what is he doing here? It's like he saved the fake mannequin. Bro, I'm sorry. I could write a better script right now. Watch this. Sami Zayn takes the lemon pepper steppers, right? Dyes them red. Boom. Give me my fucking nighttime Emmy. Or as they call it in Sweden, the Emmys. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. We just need to see him do like badass shit. That's all. Y'all remember when Ahmed Johnson I think it was at Triple H. Okay, y'all remember Ahmed Johnson's move, right? He would tuck the guy's head between his legs, and then it was like the pedigree. Then he would pop, like a power bomb. He'd get them, and they'd flip over with their legs facing this way, and then he'd slam them, and then he would put his legs over their arms for the 3 count. Okay, he did that once on Shotgun Saturday Night on a car, and that car just fucking pancake, bro. Like, those are the optics we need to see from Trick, right? We need to see him do badass shit, and he'll get over. But this is lame. Like, there should not be a gingerbread man inside the ring, especially when it didn't work the first week. By the way, those outfits were fire. The ones that what's their names? I forget their tag name, but Lash and Nia Jax wore the tribute to the Demolition. That was fire. Yes, my boy. The Pearl River Plunge, bro. They don't know about that Pearl River Plunge, bro. Stop. They don't know about that. Man, that Pearl River Plunge. Bro, why don't nobody do the Pearl River? And that was, what a great name. Yo, the PRP. Yo, I'm going to perp that motherfucker. Ooh, that would sound nasty in a promo. I'm going to perp him up. Actually, I don't know. That kind of sounds sexual now that I think about it. I'm going to perp up. Nah, never mind. That don't work. It don't work. That's all right. But the Pearl River Plunge was dope. Yo, I saw that Black Monroe vignette in the bath. God damn it, Alex. Jesus. I need to start reading the comments before I post them on the thing. Oh. Oh, man. I don't think I should have popped my back right there. Ah, fuck, dude. And that's because everything's so expensive now, bro. The fucking chiropractor. I used to go when I hurt my back like this because it would definitely loosen it up and like make it feel like I could go to sleep. Saints is
On Saturday night, after the biggest weekend in WWE, what happens at WrestleMania doesn't stay there. It follows you. And in Tampa,
Hey, my bad. I was using this lighter, this old ass lighter. Everybody keeps saying it's like clicking loud as shit. I'm gonna retire it. How about that? It's retired, champs. But now I need another lighter.
on May 8th, see the fan critics are called a near-perfect 2026 surprise. Are you going? Now it's at 96% on Rotten Tomatoes. Are you? I want to It's rated PG.
All right, we have to do that as well. Yeah, I could be into it. Just like a one-time casual thing with Tyler. I was talking about switching up teams for fun. What?
I like this game. I'm ready for some dominoes. Hold up. What's in those black and gold boxes? Okay. Parmesan stuffed crust and handmade pan. Well, that sells it. I can get my hands on those pizzas.
Exactly.
That's the secret to peak out. Hey, Micro, it knew. Micro habits, micro wins. Even micro dose GLP-1s.
I can get to 11 hours in 30 days. Heck yeah.
Now starting at just $79.
With calcium, you can live train on anything.
Oh, fuck, dude. God damn. I don't think I'm going to be able to fucking play on Sunday. God damn, my back hurts. Matt said, Mario, do you think Oscar or Floyd won their fight? So at the time, I actually scored it for Oscar, but that was because me and my friend Eric Moreno, shout out to Eric. We used to have a fucking bad rivalry, dude. This is before, like, fucking shit like this, right? Nobody had shows. There weren't nothing like this. So this is like 2004, 2003 to like 2007, 2008. Him and I would spend at least 1 week on the phone just fighting, like literally hour, 2 hours arguing bad over who is pound for pound. He was like the Floyd president fan club type shit, right? And I grew up being very proud of Hispanic fighters, Mexican based fighters. Um, you know, I knew where we were from well before I took my DNA or before I took my 23andMe test or whatever. Actually, I didn't take it. What is the one we used? I forgot one we used. And so I don't know. I really wanted Oscar to win. I bet 3 other people. I basically told everybody Oscar was gonna win, and me and him fought for fucking months. Y'all remember that promotion was long. This does not sound like a face promo. And so anyway, I scored it for Oscar. That said, went back, watched it several times since, and every time since then, I've given more rounds to Floyd. I would think that it would be prevalent to rewatch it now, though. I haven't watched it in a very, very long time. Very long time. So who knows? But yeah, as of right now, my opinion is Floyd beat him. Did you think it was not controversial, but like, did you think it was close? Because, that was also a debate back then, whether it was even controversial or not. Some people were like, dude, he definitely won that fight. And some people were like, nah, well, it was at least close. You know what I mean? Josh Hawkett did some really good interviews on podcasts this week without the characters. He's a really nice guy. Yeah, I saw some footage. I haven't seen them yet. Whose shows did he do? I thought I saw him with Nina on something, not like on a podcast, but it was like a show or something. I thought I saw him on. Maybe it was old though. But yeah, I saw some of the not clip. Well, I saw clips, but like, from the shows, but I haven't seen anything else. But I think it's definitely a good idea for him to do that, right? Like outside of the promotion, like make his way into more because it's like sponsors that are going to want to work with you are going to want to know that you're at least about making money, right? And you're not just like a crazy dude. But that said, I'm glad to hear, because he did seem like a nice guy. He definitely just seemed like he was trolling and he was just playing a character the whole time, and so many people got into an uproar about it. And look, if it was 2005, maybe even 2010, I get it, dude. The UFC, MMA fought for a place at the table for so long, and people like Dan Hardy didn't make us look good, and people like, well, I'm not going to say any more names than that, but you know, there were just like a lot of people that didn't make the sport look really great. And you know, yo, shout out to Houston Alexander, man. I'll never forget watching that guy fight live. Several years before I entered the realm of combat sports journalism, and damn, that guy was so fun to watch. He made me fall in love with MMA in a similar way that the featherweight era of Pacquiao, Morales, Barrera, and Marquez made me fall in love with boxing. Yeah. Also, Miguel Angel Torres. Also, that featherweight era. You know what fight actually had the biggest, one of the biggest impacts in MMA history? Uriah Faber and what's his name? Jens Pulver. I'll never forget that fight. I'll never forget the promotion for that fight. That was like one of the first times we were seeing like non-UFC MMA promotion on like cable TV, like at regular times and like on like sports channels. It was crazy. It was huge. It was like if MMA was on something, that was all it was on, right? So if it was on like whatever channel WEC used to be on, like that was it. That was the only place that you were going to see any sort of MMA, you know, on the channels for which they existed. Which is probably something that most younger fans right now would find weird. Like, what? You know, UFC's mainstream and MMA is like a globally accepted, you know, nationally accepted sport. And it's like, yeah, dude, but sure as fuck didn't start out that way. We needed Doug from King of Queens to make a totally relatable movie with the Fonz. Only what you initially scored it count is what counts. Oh, that means Mex scored it for Oscar too, champ. So you went into the fight with a couple rounds scored for Oscar already. Well said, Matt. Well said. Although I will slightly add to that. There aren't, yes, that it was true. And yet it's also true that I never saw Mayweather take any of those. Like if I had him up 2 rounds, he never came back in any of those rounds. Like those rounds were never won by him, in the sense of like the style of fighting that night. It was brilliant, but it also left him vulnerable to judging. And I don't think he had to. I think that was one of those nights where Floyd had so much more in him than he actually showed us. And I think that's what we saw a lot of times with Floyd. Matt said Floyd won that fight 7-5. Okay, see, that's a close score. And that to me says that there's room for debate. Oh, beautiful missile drop kick from Brie Bella from the top of the turnbuckle onto Nia Jax. I don't think these knees are doing what you think they do. Oh, that was a dope ass little trip. Yeah, that's a close enough fight that you could definitely say, oof, hard knee. Chael Sonnen podcast. Oh, he went on Chael Sonnen. Okay. Who else did I see? Oh, Armand was the other week. Who else did I see on Chael Sonnen? Oh, I saw Chael Sonnen call out. Who called him out? Fuck, I can't remember. Who called Chael Sonnen out? Somebody called Chael Sonnen out. Oh, Masvidal. I saw him answer that. I would rock with that fight. I actually would rock with that fight. Man, what a fun promotion that would be. Are you going to be live streaming in the morning? Yes, champ. In fact, Matt, I'm thinking about fucking just staying on the rest of the time. I know it's crazy, but my back really, really hurts. I can't imagine doing anything in terms of sleeping or laying down. I don't know. But I mean, I'm ending this stream for sure. with SmackDown. I'm in this stream and then pop back on, for the Inoue fight. Now I'm gonna do that like right after I start the show, or like build the show, or like create the show, but I don't know if I'm gonna go live for sure yet at 12 or 11 or whatever. But I could probably chill and smoke and play video games for 6 hours, 6 hours. No, 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, because it's like it starts at 4:30, and I really want to see the co-main event. I think WEC was early on. FS1, was it FS1? I want to say it was a channel that had like a lot of car stuff on it too. I don't think it was FS1, champ. I don't think it was. Because they used to show WEC on a channel live, right? And then when the UFC bought them out or whatever happened, they ended up staying on that channel, but the live shows weren't on that channel. Yeah, they used to show it late. What channel was it? I don't think it was FS1. Let me tell you why I don't think it was FS1. Because when I was, I guess I would have been 21 or about 22. When I was 21, 22, that was when it was on TV, and they did the late night reruns. And I'll tell you why I don't think it was FS1, because at that time, I had gained my freshman 15 in college, but it was more like freshman 45. I gained a shit ton of weight. I had never weighed more than 145 pounds all throughout high school. Now I'm about 4 years out of high school, and in college, and I'm like 190, probably 185, 190. And I ballooned up to like 165 right away. Like right that summer, I was like 160, 165. Never went down after that. And so, until this time. And so then I gained all this weight, and my uncle had a Biggest Loser contest. So he was going to give $500 to whoever lost the most weight in our family. And it was like a contest of like 20 people, or 20, or even it was more. It was like maybe 30 people. And so I literally went to the gym after work every day, Monday through Friday, and all I did was run. And so the reason I say that is because all I did was watch WEC. That was all I did. They would show it starting like at 11 or 10 that night, and then it would run till like 3 in the morning, sometimes even later. And they would do like cards that had just happened, and then they would do like best of WEC knockouts, whatever. And I always had to get a cardio machine, like whether it was a bike or treadmill or elliptical or whatever, that had a TV on it, because I had to change it to that channel for WC. And all the big TVs at that gym had it on ESPN, FS1, and all those channels. So that was way too long of a story, I realized, but I just wanted y'all to know I got fat as shit, lost all that fucking weight, won the $500 contest, and within 6 months, I had gained all the weight back. No, about half the weight back. Before the year ended, I had gained all the weight back plus an extra 10 pounds. So, yeah, that was not a good time. I did not feel good about myself after that. That's when I ballooned up to over 200. And that was a crazy time in my life. Fun fact, TNA was also on FS1 at first, and just like Nitro, would just start over after the live show was over. No, it wasn't, champ. It was on Spike TV. What are you talking about? It was on Spike TV, champ. You remembering wrong. Inoue ring walk moved to 7 a.m. Central Time? What? For real? So does the card still start at 4:30 our time, Central Time? Speed. Man, look at that, bro. I told y'all. Mex, Matt, my brother Ryan. Fucking up here, dude. All right, up here. They got it on lock, bro. They're like Rain Man in this bitch. All right, they just got that memory locked down. Oh, shit. Yo, Bree got Naya's legs all, dude. She is flexible. And she didn't stress that at all, bro. Legs touching the back of the mat. Nia Jax's toes, I meant. Touching the mat. I mean, it was cheating for sure, but damn, the one page fan, and she just ignored her. That's fucked up. Let me see. Speed, that's what it was. Yep, Speed. I remember. I knew it was like a car show, or a car channel or some shit like that. Yeah. Good job, Mex. I got a bold declaration while everyone glazes Inoue and Nakatani. Shushu whoops both of them in America if they moved up to 126. Champ. What are you doing, champ? You cannot say that. I mean, you can say it, but it's just incorrect. Inoue has wins that are not just legacy defining, but they are era defining. Okay. And he handled them in ways that were like nothing. I do agree with you that Shushu will at some point be, I don't know, at 126 though. That's tough, dude. I don't know. Matt, Mex, what do y'all think, dude? Shushu at 126 with those guys. He's not walking through them, but is he taking a clear UD? Thank God they're killing the gingerbread man gimmick because that was terrible, terrible, terrible. Although this also probably means they're going to just do it again. All right. Card starts at 4 a.m. Okay, cool. Damn, Naya, I don't think that's PG. Yeah. First of all, that was Bree's fault. Second of all, man, Naya, dude, what an athlete, bro. Naya's transformed into a very good veteran leadership. I have to say. And then even considering.
This is an SCU Superfan Marathon. For the fans, by the fans. It's a good one. I find out that you're another ambassador from the NRS.
What?
Chief.
You got a pattern on your hands.
Are we sure it's the same guy? I better not see you again.
We're going away. SVU Superfan Game Shot SVU Marathon all day Sunday.
Only on USA.
A real meal deserves a real dessert. With the DQ $7 meal deal. 3-piece chicken strips with ranch or new honey sriracha. Full-size fries, a drink, and a sundae. It's a delicious full meal all for just $7 at DQ.
At Wayfair, delivery and setup can be as easy as, well, doing nothing.
That was fast.
Yeah, sure. What an athlete. Matt, you're a hater, dude. What's your favorite Lola Vice, Matt Mario? Yeah, Matt, you're gonna force me into a situation where I'm just gonna have to like do a fucking Lola Vice watch-a-thon because first of all, I will say this. Seeing what she's done lately within it on NXT, she's definitely getting better for sure, or has gotten better, I'll say. I was very surprised that they didn't move her up, but I was happy that they didn't. I think she needs some time on the roster, like, you know what I mean, like getting over at the top spot and working it as well, right? I mean, she's kind of like always been 1 foot in, 1 foot out at that level. Your hair gets stuck like this when you don't brush it. All right, guys, what do y'all think? Nakatani Inoue? Anybody want to take Nakatani? I'll put my hair on the line. or my mustache, whichever one y'all want. Hair or mustache, make your call. Down, 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 down. Yo, you want me to tell y'all something, guys? I am going to tell y'all something. I believe that the Roman Reigns CM Punk match that main evented night 2 at WrestleMania 42 2 weekends ago will end up becoming the new Shawn Michaels Undertaker match. Now, let me explain first what I mean by that. When Shawn Michaels and Undertaker wrestled their Mania defining match, right? Career versus record ended up being the sequel to that, and it ended up being just as good, right? If not better for some people. They did something at those two WrestleManias that, you know, like in in-game, where she's like, if you take one of the infinity stones out, it'll create a branch timeline. That's what happened. A branch timeline was created. The hell? Maxine Dupree? Oh, she was in for the basketball game. I forgot. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So anyway, when that match happened between Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, it had an effect on wrestling that we still feel to this day. Now, they didn't invent the false finish. They didn't invent the hitting your finisher a million times. But what they did that night was put the kind of match they produced on a level, on a stage that would be able to have the most impact possible. So what we've gotten since Shawn Michaels and Undertaker ran back-to-back incredible WrestleMania matches is an era of top stars trying to recapture that kind of lightning in a bottle. They didn't just have a great match. They produced a match for which all other matches would be judged by in the back. They set a precedent for what good matches look like. And it's evident because the false finishes ramped up after that. You know, the finishers stopped mattering anymore. All of the little nuances, or I should say major nuances, that were initiated in that match, in those two Mania matches between Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, had ramifications on wrestling throughout. Indies, WWE, all of it. What we saw in Roman and CM Punk was almost a protest of that. We saw a different kind of story take shape. And I believe what we saw will have the same kind of influence that Undertaker and Shawn Michaels managed to produce in their two matches. I'm not saying that we're going to see a rematch of Punk and Roman next year or any time ever. Maybe we do, maybe we don't, but I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, is that the story they told will redefine the way that matches are booked at the highest level of professional wrestling. I wasn't surprised because all the call-ups, someone needed to stay. Yeah, that's true. Oh, God. Here comes Jay and Jimmy. Bro, I'm sorry, but Jay's character is, I think it's just bipolar. Like, when they put up Jay's character on the board and they're like, okay, what does this character represent? It's like fucking Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type shit. That's what it represents. Like, 1 minute he is like mopey and like mad at the world, and then the next show he's yeeting with the 20% of people that are yeeting now. I think it's over, guys. Oh, and security forgot. Oh, the security didn't come, and Jimmy's looking for him. The kids are all in the way. This is embarrassing. Yo, where's security, bros? I don't see nobody at all. Damn, this is some White House Correspondents' Dinner type security shit. Sola Sikoa and the tallest Tonga versus the Usos. Why do they do the tallest Tonga's makeup like his beard starts up here? Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't last week. Was it? I don't remember. Maybe it was. Oh, versus. Oh, because there's I don't know if it's an update or what it was, but they changed the interface for StreamYard where you can have like multiple call-outs and stuff. And ever since then, it's disabled the chat for everywhere outside of YouTube and Twitch. So IG, X, TikTok, all the other places that I'm live, they don't get any love. Oh, my back hurts. All right. It was a smart way of debuting Saints as a major match.
Dedicated RV parking around the back. No, we're not leaving you out. It's okay. You don't need to take. There's no one waiting. Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you buy. Technically, these onions count as one item.
Is show out? Does show out have a dash between it? Like, man, he came to show out. Is it show dash out or is it just show out? Like 2 words. President, tell me, Bert. YouTube or Twitch, whichever. I'm going live on Twitch a lot more now. I have 50 hours to do for the month of May. So put the schedule up, it's there. We're going to be doing like some morning shows, some evening shows, just wherever I have like a couple hours. But then the big stream days are going to be well, IRL is we're going to do on Wednesdays, and then Thursdays are going to be our long stream days. So tap in. I'm just trying to like get to a streaming point where on Twitch I have like at least a small following by the time GTA 6 comes out. Because by the time GTA 6 comes out, I'm gonna have daily guests, right? And we'll be doing like, we'll be doing some fun shit. Mario, who do you think would win Masvidal? Man, I don't know. I remember when Masvidal called Sonnen out. I think it was a bare knuckle he called him out to. And now I think they're talking about doing MMA. I mean, I don't think it's really going to happen. I mean, I hope it does, but if they run it, I'd probably favor. Man, I was going to say Masvidal simply out of like activity, but he hasn't really been super active either. I don't know. I mean, look, pound for pound, I think Chael Sonnen's definitively better than Masvidal. Prime Chael Sonnen versus prime Masvidal, pound for pound, Chael Sonnen's much better, much more polished. His game is much more multi-dimensional. I think that Chael Sonnen never really had to abide by a fight script to come out on top. I mean, there's obviously exceptions to the rules, like the Anderson Silva fight, but Masvidal so much more dependent on fight script and how things go and momentum and things like that. Well, why are they using the Obalites? That's not cool. Also, they're making it weirdly feel like the tallest Tonga is somehow inside of Solo. That's not what I'm. Jesus Christ. It's late, guys. It's late. So when it's late, I'm going to accidentally say things like that. You're just going to have to roll with the punches, right? Raptors win at the buzzer. Cool. Yo, anybody seen the Michael Jackson movie? I want to go watch it. Can they? Can they take him to the very top? I don't. All right. Bro, I already know my fucking replay is gonna cut out. Already know. How did I know? Yo, so if I understand this correctly, SmackDown's going to 2 hours, right? And Braun Strowman's getting the third hour for his show, which I'm hearing that Universal execs really love his show, really love him. Yo, somebody, I forgot who on a podcast this week made the joke. They're like, damn, it's 2026 and Braun Strowman's still eating time from other wrestlers on the mid card. But what I don't understand is NXT. So I hurt my back and basically was out of the news cycle for like 24 hours. But what I heard was that basically CW was getting all NXT PLEs live. And then I heard that that wasn't true. And then I heard that they were possibly getting them on replay on the app, if I'm not mistaken. But if anybody knows what's going on with that CW shit, please let me know because it's very confusing. Matt said, If you're on when I get off work, I'll do the fights with you and sleep after I already set up my show for the David fight. Nice. Yeah, champ. Hell yeah. Let's tap in. Hey, if you want to do the David fight together, let me know. I'm gonna run live too, but maybe we could just like join shows at the end if you want. I mean, I'm down from the beginning, but just let me know. We could play by ear. Make sure y'all go to Talking About Sports with Matt Garces, who is, in my opinion, one of the most knowledgeable sports people on YouTube right now. Honestly, I think that he knows more about more sports than most people. He is very in depth in his knowledge with various sports, whereas mine are mostly limited to combat sports and baseball, I guess. Yeah. And funny enough, those are the four sports that I've covered professionally as a journalist. Baseball, not at the major league level. I worked for Hot Z95, which is a local radio station, covering high school baseball for the season right after COVID. I did camera work. I did on air work for producing. I was really hoping I'd get it crack at the booth, you know, like a actual crack as like a color commentator or play by play, whatever. Um, yeah, it was so much fun practicing too. I would practice in case like I got the call, because we were a very small crew. So like if anybody got sick, like bro, I was on deck. So it was like I was on that CM Punk tip. If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. Um, but they were never ready to give me a chance. So. I'm down. I should have all my co-hosts in studio tomorrow. Hell yeah, champ. That's what's up. Fuck yeah. That's going to be dope. Oh man, I can't wait to run it that way. No, he doesn't. Hilarious. And he never once paid for bring your ass up here on a weekend. You could do color for me, champ. That would be so fucking sick, bro. Oh man, I would fucking love to do that. Love to do that. You got clout like that would just let you bring in a second? That's fucking dope, bro. That's some respect right there. I mean, you deserve it. You've been doing this shit for a long time. I mean, not for baseball, but that's the thing. It's like if you have a passion for a sport or a topic, it comes down to the ability to communicate on air, right? And your comfortability to do exactly what you've done for a long time. And so, you don't have to know a shit ton about baseball or football. Let me tell you, when I first started umpiring, they wanted me to do football as well. And they were like, dude, you could just hold the flags. It's the easiest. Because I told them, I was like, look, I played football in middle school, right? Played fantasy football since I was in high school. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know all the rules enough to like be an official. And they were like, bro, we don't know any of the rules. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, it's high school. Nobody gives a shit. I'm like, people very much give a shit. There's an entire segment on every single one of our local news. Like, if there's anything that people give a shit about more here, it would be high school baseball. But I don't even think that's the case anymore. Certainly not where I'm from. I don't understand. So what, there's like have both the tag team champs on? Like, I mean, I get you can't run it the other way. Yo, you staring at your thumbnail, bro. That's crazy work. Damn! Oh my god. Yo, Solo just got fucking thrown. Yo, he was supposed to catch Jay right there. He just popped him in the throat, bro. Mario, you know we're the best broadcast team. Border Wars was never heard, bro. We're the best. We're the best commentating crew that boxing never heard, champ. Absolutely, I got clout that I am the voice of the Plainview Bulldogs. Well, then, champ, you just invited me, and we're gonna have to make that happen now. Bro, if we could all get together and commentate for something or run a show in person would be dope. Bro, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm already planning it, champ. Me and Ash are already talking about, and there's Jacob Fatu in the all white, giving us the optics of the good guy. Because sometimes it's kind of blurry. Damn, he's just throwing the tallest Tonga in there. Yeah, I'm already we're talking about vacations, and yeah, we're working on a loop that would very much put us in y'all's radius. So talked to her, told her, what it would mean. And yeah, so we'll talk more about it. He's like, I love you, Solo. Remember that? Or you should join us later in the year if it's scheduled properly to call the Texans Cowboys. Yeah. Oh, that would be fire. That would be fire. Wait, did he hit Solo? And the tallest Tonga. It's going to be the best content this platform has ever seen. Fuck yeah, champ. Hell yeah. Yeah, but listen, I'm down for this morning too, just so you know. I'll be live for sure. You pop on whenever you get off. We'll just be chilling, honestly. Damn, he put the tallest Tonga through the table. What the fuck? Damn, he just shoulder checked them both. Oh, y'all heard it here first. Machine Gun Matt, 6 a.m. Your boy. We gonna be slamming coffees and fucking Wasabi and fucking wait, wasabi. Is that wasabi? Wait, wasabi's the hot sauce, right? Fuck. Well, we ain't gonna slam that. What is the drink that they drink in Japan? Is it wasabi? No, I'm tripping, right? It's not wasabi. What is it? Damn, he said fuck those guys. Anyway, listen, we're gonna go ahead and pop off, finish my recap. You can go to fightsatw.com if you missed any of the action here tonight, or to just get my thoughts beyond the jokes that I was making. And so yeah, go to fightsatw.com. That's where my stuff will be posted. You could also get caught up on all the action coming up this weekend. Nakatani, Inoue, content specific from Nagatani that is exclusive to fightsatw.com. And there's also stuff on David Benavidez and the fights. So make sure you head over there to fightsatw.com, and we will be back probably by midnight. If I had to say, then I'd have to say midnight. Damn, you say about the dog walk, Roman. That's crazy. Damn, you don't like coffee? What do you drink? I'd rather drink room temp water. I actually love room temp water, believe it or not. Damn. So wait, don't tell me you don't do caffeine, champ. You're a monster if you don't do caffeine. That's I respect that. But listen, we're gonna sign off, guys. Appreciate all of y'all. We had that 240 in the chat. That's what's up. Or not in the chat. 240 total. My bad. Man, I know that most of y'all ain't subbed and followed because we definitely don't got that many subs or follows. So if you could do me a favor and go to @InfightingFX on YouTube, Twitch, X, and TikTok. Sub, follow. We are live on all those platforms weekly. Specifically, Twitch will be where we are going to be spending most of our live streaming time from here on out. Yeah, so make sure you tune in there and hit the sub, hit the follow, turn on the notifications, because then you're not going to know when I go live here in a few hours. We will be live and we will stay live for Inoue-Nakatani, and then we'll be live later in the evening for the David Benavidez Zurdo fight, the PBC pay-per-view, as well as my niece going to her senior prom. Definitely going to stream for that too. So appreciate everybody that tapped in. Oh yeah. Okay, my bad. I was gonna say, if you don't do caffeine, bro, you're like, you might be an alien, because that's like superhero stuff. But yeah, until then, please turn on the notifications. Please hit on the word of the wise. If you order it, get it on the zone. Yeah, dude, the Prime shit sucks. All right, yeah. So we'll be live. Appreciate everybody tapping in @InfightingFX, @InfightingExchange, spelled @InfightingFX, INFIGHTINGFX, all together. You got to put the at the beginning or it won't pop up. So appreciate everybody. We'll see you in a couple hours. Until then, peace.